What's up, everybody? It's Gray, aka the Hokagray, and today we're talking about the latest RWBY episode, Volume 7, Episode 12, with Friends Like These. And oh my god, what an episode! This was insane. The whole episode was kind of insane. It was mostly fighting. The whole episode was like almost entirely fighting. Make sure my mic is close to me, and it was awesome. I don't even know where to begin. I just watched it like 10 minutes ago. I'm trying to remember what exactly it starts. It starts with Crow, Robin, Tyrion, Clover all on the ship. They're like, obviously Clover's like, hey, I gotta arrest Crow, and Robin's like, that's stupid, don't do that. So she tries to stop him. Tyrion, while they're all distracted dealing with each other, uses the opportunity to break free essentially, and he goes to the pilot, kills the pilot, I assume. I didn't even realize there was a pilot there. Kind of weird. It might have been a robot. It doesn't matter. But he crashes the ship into like the Arctic wilderness. And that's all we see for that for then. Then we cut to Team RWBY against the Aesops, or most of the Aesops. And basically what goes down is they're like, we're going to arrest you. And then good boy Marrow doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it by force. He's like, come on, are we really going to fight each other? Which is true. So there's just a big brawl breaks out. Just a colossal clapping cheeks every which way. And it's awesome. The soundtrack is so good. I don't know. It's like a more of a rock song. Like RWBY's always kind of rocky. This one's like a little bit more heavy. And it's awesome, man. I love it. And they fight each other. It's kind of like Weiss is 1v1ing Marrow. RWBY, it turns into the fights kind of, it starts off, everyone's kind of fighting each other, and then it like dissipates into the 1v1s or 2v2s. In Yang and Blake's case, of course, they have to be together. God forbid, they're separate characters. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The fight was cool. So it's Yang and, I'm going to be honest with you, Yang and Blake versus the hammer one and the long arm one. I don't know their names. I don't think it's important, at least right now. But they're fighting them. They're kind of getting the clapped a little bit. And they, do the tag team power, blah, blah, blah. They knock out the stretchy arm dude, and they both just team up on the one chick and get her in the cool, like, crisscross applesauce attack. As they do. RWBY's 1v1ing this fast one. Her name is like, I know it. It's something. She has a name. I don't really remember. It starts with a C. I'm almost positive. Come on. Whatever. I don't care. So they're doing their whole like speedster, whatever nonsense, and it ends up with RWBY using her semblance to like get the I'm having a brain fart. The handcuffs, but they're like Atlas special for people with semblances. I assume handcuffs. Dust-powered handcuffs. They get them on her, but she's still fighting with the handcuffs on, so I guess it doesn't get rid of your semblance, because she definitely still uses it. Weiss is fighting Marrow, and Marrow uses his semblance a little bit, which is really broken, but it doesn't really help him, because the knight, he like tries to freeze the knight, but then Weiss unfreezes and shoots him the fireball, and then he gets owned. Knocked out. I definitely think the fight might have gone differently if Marrow tried harder. They even made a point in the middle of the episode, they're like, Marrow, what are you doing? Stop goofing around. And he's like, I don't want to hurt. I don't want to kill these people. Which is nice, Marrow. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then, oh God, I know her name, man. Give me a second. I was wrong. I'm back, by the way. I was wrong. It's not a C. It's an H. It's Harriet, Vine, Elm, and Marrow. Oh my God, these names are so on the nose. Oh well, I don't know names. And then Weiss just makes a wall, and Harriet runs her freaking face into it and gets knocked out. It's pretty funny. Then we see Winter. Winter and Penny. They're in the maiden area, and then they have like a talk. They're like, this isn't right. Like, I don't agree with this. And she's like, we gotta do what we gotta do. It's a tough decision. Ironwood made it for us. We just gotta do what we can do and hope it turns out. And she's basically using her like the speech about like, just because you don't like it, you don't have to dismiss your emotions, you just have to wrestle with them. Which is nice. They have like a nice talk. I really like Winter. Winter's awesome. I love Winter. She's one of my favorites already. I mean, I know we've known her for a really long time, but she's getting only better for me. And they're like actively in the process. Freya, which is the Winter Maiden, she's really old. She's in the incubator thing, the pod thing where like the other person gets in the powers transfer, the one that Pyrrha was going to get into or was in before Cinder showed up. And just like that, Cinder shows up. And it looks like it's about to be a 2v1 with Penny and Winter versus Cinder. I don't like their odds. I really wanted Winter to get the powers and then they fight because I thought that would be cool, but I don't think Cinder's going to get 2 maiden powers. So if I had to predict anything, I don't want Penny to die again. That's so silly. But I don't even think Penny can get maiden powers. I guess we'll find out. I'd rather Winter, personally. I like Winter. I don't want Winter to die, man. That would suck so hard. Plus, I don't like Cinder at all. So preferably she dies, but that's not going to happen. Then we see very briefly, we go back to Oscar's crew, Nora, John, Ren. They meet up. They see Oscar, who's like creepily smiling. And then you hear Oscar's voice, who's like, don't. And then he like punches Neo in the face, who was looking like Oscar, if you're wondering. She drops the relic. So Oscar has the relic. It's John, Ren, and Nora, Oscar. It looks like it's going to be fighting Neo. I know Neo's good, but I don't think Neo's that good. So I don't really know how she's going to pull this one out. And I also don't... I guess they were fighting. I don't really know what happened there. There was a very weird in-between because we never saw Oscar or her fight. But I guess they got away from each other? I don't know. I don't know, man. But either way, that one will be interesting. And then we get to the climax of the episode. The best part of the episode. And also that part of the episode that I have a minor problem with. And that's the same problem that I've seen everyone else have. So, we cut back to the crashed ship now. Crow's fine. I think he just gets out. He's like, oh, that was rough landing, I guess. Because, auras are OP, I guess. Robin is in bad shape. She's very hurt, I guess. Is what they say. I don't take the word for it. She's unconscious. Clover was like out, and he like comes back. He's like, hey, I really don't like. They have like a nice. They have like a brief talk where they're like, I really don't want to arrest you. Like you were my friend. And it's pretty touching. This whole part is very well written, to be honest. Like legitimate kudos to the RWBY team because this is some of the best work they've ever done. I think in this episode, this one episode right here, it has like all the best parts of RWBY shoved into one. And while they're like having like a little spar, like they're not like fighting for real, but they're still like kind of brawling it out. Crow and Clover, and Tyrion breaks himself loose. He like does the like unhinge your thumb trick, which I assume works. Every badass in every show knows it, so he does that, and then he like puts his thumb back, which is completely irrelevant. Shout out to Tyrion's voice actor this episode. Tyrion was, in my opinion, one of the MVPs of this episode. I love Tyrion, and I only love Tyrion more and more as he shows up. It's kind of a 1v1v1 for a while. They're just kind of all fighting each other. Now, to say my opinion on the next part, I do have to preface that while they were fighting, Crow did want to apprehend Tyrion first because obviously he's the problem. Like he's like, oh, he's one of Salem's direct underlings. We should take him out. And Clover used the opportunity to try and attack Crow. Clover did attack Crow. Sorry if I like mix up someone's name. It's going to happen. But hopefully you know who I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the episode, first of all, spoilers, please don't watch this without... It's a review, so, like, why would you? But, yeah. Spoilers. Now, I guess. If you made it this far and you're like, oh, I don't want to get spoiled, what do you do? It doesn't matter. And then Tyrion suggests to Crow that we, since they have unfinished business, that they team up on Clover. And at first, I thought for sure... that Crow would agree. And then at one point, Clover and Crow would do like a tag team attack on Tyrion and surprise him. Not the case. Tyrion and Crow actually just team up and fight Clover, which is kind of insane to me. I guess it's more on Clover than it is Crow. Clover definitely should have been like, yeah, let's take out the definite evil guy and then we can whatever do with each other. But that's just bonkers to me that like Crow would willingly tag along the serial killer And they do a fight. They break his aura. They're like talking, very very nice. And then what happened in the fight was Crow's sword got knocked away, and then he punched him to get his aura down. And then while they're talking, Tyrion gets Crow's sword and stabs him just through the chest and kills him. And I was like, buddy, what did you expect? Did you know with the literal serial killer? And it's shocker, you know. But then like an Atlas airship shows up, and he's like, and then Tyrion has a cute line about he has trouble with the police, and he just runs away. So Crow is on Clover's body. They actually have a legitimately touching moment. Like it was sad. It was honestly, death wise, one of the best handled deaths in the show, I think, because he's like overlooking his body. He's like, you know, good luck, which is cute because it shows up there's some, and like Crow's legitimately sad. And all I'm saying is there was a lot of gay tension between the two. I'm saying, and I'm bummed, but it was a good death. So that's literally the end of the episode. And actually, I think it ends with, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But all my talking points were the main things, and for sure one of the best episodes in RWBY. I mean, this episode's so good, man. I really am enjoying what they're doing right now, and I can only hope that they keep up this momentum for the finale. I know for a fact that this finale is going to end on like a see what happens next, which sucks. But if they keep up this level, man, I'm down, man. I'm a RWBY fan again. For a while there, they kind of lost me, but holy moly. So yeah, that's it. That's really all I have to say. I'm stoked. I'm legitimately stoked. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Feel free. I'm curious to hear if you guys had any problems with it or if you thought it was just as awesome as I did. Like the video if you like RWBY, if you like this content. Subscribe if you want more of this content. That'd be awesome. And yeah, that's it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see all of you next time.